So the carrier completed the shipment entirely, no problems, but the broker won't pay the carrier because they weren't supposed to activate the carrier to begin with. As the fictitious honorable judge, MadGaines here, I'm going to easily rule on this one. Broker not paying a carrier for a completed shipment because the carrier didn't meet their qualifications for having one inspection. This is an interesting one. Welcome to MadGaines Courtroom, where disputes between brokers and carriers are decided by myself, the Honorable Fictitious Judge, Cassandra Gaines, longtime transportation attorney. Today we're going to talk about inspections. And first, I'm going to read you the report that was filed on carriersure.com. The carrier filed it against the broker. Give me 1 second. Let's pull this up. So the broker refuses to pay for a completed shipment. The broker hired me to run a shipment from California to Florida. I ran the load and submitted the POD, and now the broker won't pay me because they said I was approved by the after-hours team, and I actually don't meet their regular compliance standards because I do not have an inspection. I delivered the load. Everything was completed accurately. I just want my money. Wow. So the carrier completed the shipment entirely, no problems, but the broker won't pay the carrier because they weren't supposed to activate the carrier to begin with, because it didn't have a roadside inspection. As the fictitious honorable judge, MadGaines here, I'm going to easily rule on this one. Oh no, you need to pay the carrier, broker. The carrier completed the shipment. This is typical contract law, people. The carrier did what they were supposed to do. You need to pay the carrier. Carrier, I hope you sent this video to the broker, and we'll help you get this resolved. I just think that this was an easy one, but the topic is not easy. The topic is about inspections and why carriers are required, and these are the OTR carriers, the long-haul big truck carriers. Why are they required to have roadside inspections with Highway Patrol? And I will tell you, many of you know this. It's because of fraud and theft, and brokers and shippers get very worried about a carrier who's never had a roadside inspection, or a carrier who hasn't had one in a long time but claims to have a lot of trucks. And it's because a lot of those fraudsters out there are doing bad things, and inspections are the only real data the shippers and brokers have sometimes. So many brokers in this country and shippers require one roadside inspection, usually per truck, every 2 years. But here is the interesting part about this. I'm going to bring on an expert witness, trucking expert Adam Wingfield, to help me through this, because Adam and I did a little campaign, because Adam, you came to me with this one roadside inspection problem, and I was like, Adam, no big deal. Let's arrange for voluntary inspections. Let's call the trucking associations. Let's have a big voluntary inspection party, and we'll line it up, and we'll have small carriers go to the Highway Patrol and get their inspections. Adam, first of all, when we came up with this idea, did you actually think we were going to succeed?
I had a feeling that we had a chance. I felt that based on the direction that we were coming, the angle we were coming from, how we proposed it being more of one of those things where we wanted to provide education and we wanted to make things better. So I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, that should be a layup for us, but yeah.
And then what happened?
So, we started off with a couple of states that, you and I reside in, and we reached out to those states that in the very, very beginning, they were very on board with it. They seemed that, hey, great idea. And then when it came down to execution time, they wanted to say, okay, well, listen, this is not going to count. This is only just going to be us showing you what it looks like. So they weren't going to make it one of those inspections that really counted towards the CVSA inspection count. So in all reality, it wasn't going to do any benefit to any carrier from that perspective, from what they really needed those inspections for.
It was so weird to me, Adam, because I was like, no, guys, the problem is, and I want you all to know who are listening, Adam and I have a lot of connections in this industry. So we were talking to lots of different state trucking associations, connections. We were talking directly to Highway Patrol in different states, all different states too. And the door just kept slamming right in our